Okay, this is episode 3 of the elk series. Logan and Craig are here, just us two this time. We're going to give you a breakdown of everything that you need to put in your truck or trailer when you're heading out to hunt. So, Craig, 3 basic things you need to start off with. Top 3 things that you need to focus on.
I would say good pack, a really good set of boots, and some really good glass. Binoculars, spotting scope, rifle scope, rangefinder, whatever that is. Yeah.
Okay. So, to build on that, first you want your good pack. Trust me, when you want a good pack, you're going to spend money on it.
You found that out.
I found that out,
First
yeah.
year,
The first year I bought a cheap, 150 maybe bucks.
Yeah, it was like, was it a Badlands pack?
Yeah, it's a Badlands, not a bad pack, just wasn't ideal for a 5, 6, 7 day or hauling out meat. It hurt my shoulders. It didn't set right on my hips. It wasn't quite big enough, honestly. It was big enough to carry around stuff during the day, but packing out, it didn't feel good. But
Yeah.
so you might have to spend a little money to get a good pack,
Yes.
but it's an investment.
It is, and a lot of your packs, they have a really good warranty on them usually. So it's worth spending the extra couple $100 and getting you a good pack. You'll never regret it, and it'll last you forever.
Yeah, you're going to have it forever.
You're gonna
So
have
if you
it
plan on going out more than just a one-time thing, it's worth it. I mean, and there's several different brands out there. Really, it kind of just depends on what fits you best, because some brands or companies fit other people better. Like Craig's more of your taller, skinnier build, and you like, what do you have?
I use the XO mountain gear.
Which I like. It feels good, but I'm more of a stockier person, and I like some other types of companies. But anyway, don't be cheap on your pack.
Exactly.
You don't want to be cheap on your pack.
Exactly. I mean, you'll have it on your back every day you're hunting.
Yeah.
So you want it to be comfortable for you.
Along with hurting your shoulders and hips with the back, the next thing that you're going to be hurting is on your feet, because you're on your feet all day long, except when you're taking a nap during lunch and sleeping. So don't buy cheap boots either.
No.
And that's like an investment too. I mean,
Exactly. And that all depends, just for me, having experience living out there. And like for you, going out once a year, we kind of got different brands of boots.
different needs.
Yeah.
He's spending months or several weeks hiking mountains, doing
hundreds
all year long.
A couple 100 miles a year compared to 40, 50 miles for a week of elk hunting. There's a big difference.
So, for example, I had the Danner Pronghorns, just kind of an entry level boot, I'd say, and it was good.
Very comfortable boots.
Yeah, it's comfortable. They fit good. They fit my foot good. Different options in wide or whatever you like, but it worked. I wore them 2 years ago, and I wore the same ones this year. And after this year, they're getting pretty worn. Of course, I wore them a few times other than in the mountains, but still, they just take a beating.
They do.
Rocks and cactuses, just different things like that. They take a beating, and you're going to want something that's going to hold up.
Didn't you have a pretty cheap pair the first year you came out shed hunting or something?
Yeah, they got ripped like the first day. I stepped off a rock and it caught a point and just ripped them.
Cactuses going through them.
And, so I learned that.
Don't get a cheap boot.
No.
It's not worth it.
So after that, we're going to the third most important thing is your glass. So by glass, I had some comments on this from last time. Glass is your binoculars, your spotting scope, that type of
range
stuff.
Rangefinder, even down to if you're rifle hunting, your rifle scope. It's a big country. You can see a long ways. I mean, you're glassing elk 2-3 miles away. You want to be able to see them.
If you don't have that good glass, you're going to miss elk.
Yeah.
Or whatever you're hunting.
Or you're going to
miss
be asking for your buddy's binoculars all the time. Asking if you can see them.
And you don't need a spotting scope necessarily, but you do need a good pair of binoculars. Because glassing is a lot of your time out there.
Yeah. Like a 10 by 42 binocular is probably the smallest you want to go. So yeah, probably the smallest you want to go is a 10 by 42. Anything bigger than that, is preferred probably.
So I have Vortex, Diamondback. They're not like entry, but they're not like super great. Obviously, if you look at the scales on Vortex, they're 12 by 50, so they have a huge range of view, which is nice because you want to see a lot, but also you kind of want to see far. So the magnification and field of view is the bigger the better you're going to see. But
for me, I use a 10 by 42 Vortex as well, the Talons. But I do that just for whitetail hunting around here. I like a 12 by 50 around here, like as far as like in Indiana or like whitetail hunting is almost too much, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
So that's why I use a 10 by 40, 10 by 42, but
But your glass clarity also makes a huge difference.
Oh yeah.
So if you have super magnification but it's not clear and doesn't pick up light, it's no different than getting a smaller, better lens.
Yeah,
So,
I'm a big Vortex guy, so that's probably what I would go
shout
with.
out Vortex.
Yeah, right? Sponsorship.
All right, so we covered those three things. Now we're going to get into some other things that you might not totally think about. Some you might, but let's talk about clothing because that's huge. Like when you're hiking and it's hot sometimes or cold, vice versa, you want stuff that's going to wick your sweat. Like the merino stuff you see, you got all these different brands now that, you got your First Lights, your QUs, your Sitka, all that. And they all essentially have the same base stuff.
Yeah.
Your base layers, they're all pretty much made the same. So pick what you like, what fits you best. But get you a good set of merino-based layers because it's going to, help regulate your heat or being hot or cold.
Yeah. And for me, like one of the bigger pieces that I would prefer is a puffy jacket, like a lighter puffy jacket. Because in Colorado, or anywhere in the West in September, or whenever you're hunting, but when we hunt in September, the weather can change from, it's 30s at nights to 75, 80 during the day. You just never know.
Yeah.
And so to have like a puffy jacket can, roll up, be real light, and it's really warm. So that'd probably be one of the main pieces.
when you're glassing, in the mornings or evenings, whatever, looking for the next day, that puffy jacket that's got the windbreaker in it is money.
It is.
It is worth it. Because usually where you're glassing, you're up higher, the wind's blowing a little more, it gets cold, it's crispy. And if you can block that wind, you're going to be able to you're not going to be miserable.
Yep,
so
exactly.
You got that, then you got, we talked about the base layers, and you want some pants that are going to be comfortable, and the same thing, breathable when it's hot, and can also keep you warm when it's cooler. And that makes a huge difference. If you're not comfortable in your pants, it's not fun hiking.
Yeah.
And I honestly, this year I bought some merino underwear. That stuff was awesome. I only had one pair, but when I switched after a couple days, maybe 3 or 4, I put on some other type, like the spandexy type material, the whatever.
Yeah.
It sucked because it just rides up like that.
Yep.
It rode up on me, and I'm like, this is terrible.
Yep.
So I put the other ones back on. No, after they were washed, I put them back on. But anyway, I'm going to be investing in some more of those.
Yeah, that's one thing. I don't have any merino stuff, and I might, after hearing you and Ryan rave about it this year, I might have to.
Yeah. If you never had it, you don't know. But once having it and then switching it sucks.
Yeah, might have to try it out for sure.
All right, so we'll move on from clothing. So, obviously spend some money on clothing because it's going to be expensive, but it's worth it.
Take into consideration, it's not cheap.
No.
Doing a Western
what you're doing is not cheap, but if you're going to do it, you might as well do it to where you're comfortable and enjoying it and not being miserable the whole time you're out there.
Exactly.
All right, so we'll move on from clothing. Hey, part of the clothing, too, is get some good socks because you're going to want socks that aren't going to make your toes blister, and that goes along with your boots. But socks can make a difference. If you need to get liners, I wore liners this year, like just real thin pair underneath, and they were amazing. I didn't have any hot spots. My feet were good. So next part, moving on, when you're packing your truck or trailer or both, you need something to sleep in or on. So if you're going to be doing a camping type situation, you probably take a tent, whether it's a single man or 5-man, 6-man, depending on who you're with.
Yeah, it just all depends on what situation. If you're camping at your truck, you probably would want as big a tent as you can get. I mean,
Yeah,
make it
bigger,
make it,
more comfortable.
exactly, the nice. You put a cot in it or whatever. But if you're backpacking back in a couple miles, you want to be as light as possible.
Yeah.
It's just you probably want a little single man tent or something like that. It's just all.
Yeah, it depends on your hunt.
Yeah.
If you're going deep and far, you want to stay light. If you're going to be camping close, you might as well make it nice.
There's 100 different brands of tents out there, and I choose the lightest one, and I don't think you'll go wrong.
No.
I mean,
and make sure you got a waterproof or like a rain tarp that you can put over top.
Or just take a tarp with. Honestly, I take a tarp with me, just a small one, all the time.
And because you're gonna use it. It can be multi-purpose too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we used a tarp. Definitely add a tarp to your list.
Yeah,
because we used it a couple years ago as a sunblock.
We did, yeah.
For hanging meat.
Yep.
Yeah. Because it was hot and we
Yep.
couldn't take it all back, so we needed our meat to be in the shade, so we used it as that.
Yep.
And you also, obviously you want to stay dry. And rain showers can pop up out of nowhere, so
Yeah.
you want your tent covered if
That's
you can.
another thing about clothes is take a good set of rain gear with you. You gotta, kind of jumping back a little bit, but you gotta have a good set of rain gear. Yeah. If not pants, for sure a jacket.
Yeah.
And always have it in your pack because you just never know.
You can get real cold real quick when you're wet.
Yeah.
So, along with your camping, you need probably a good sleeping bag, like whether that's a 20 degree, that probably gets you by pretty easily because honestly, 0 degree bags, they get hot real fast.
Yeah.
So you really don't need that.
And they're usually bulkier and, heavier to pack back in
And a sleeping pad too.
Yeah.
Whether it's an air up or a foam, depending on if you're staying close or going far.
Yeah, I would say that all your camping gear will go switch back and forth. Just depends if you're camping at the truck or if you're packing back in. For me, it does anyways.
Yeah, so going from your camping, just move into food for now because part of your camp is going to be your food. Yeah. You're going to want a cooler. You're going to have to take, if you're going back in, you got to have water or go somewhere that has water that you can...
Exactly. Filter or pump. Have a filter or a water pump or...
Because you need water. You're not going to last very long if you don't have water. It's pretty stupid, honestly, to go out without water because you're going to get dehydrated. Being up in the mountains dehydrates you a lot faster. You got to have bottles, something to pump, something to filter. Along with water, you got to eat. So you're going to have to pack a lot of high, dense protein type bars and nutrient packed stuff because you're going to need all that. Your body, you're exerting all that energy and effort. Your body's losing a lot, sweating a lot. So you got to replace it, or you're gonna feel bad. You're not going to be able to keep up for a week or more or whatever it is. So you want to replace all that by make sure you're staying hydrated and eating enough.
And just a pro tip, I'm gonna call it. Water gets real bland after about 3 days. So you can find little packets at Walmart of just anything. You can get just something to flavor your water with a little bit, and it makes a world of difference. I'm telling you.
And take some Mountain Ops packs, first thing in the morning, just chug that down, you're ready to go. Ryan, if you're listening to this, that's for you. That sucker would, I think he took dry scoops of it, honestly.
He would just hammer a pack of that as soon as he got out of sleep back in the morning. Kid would be running up the mountain.
Definitely caffeine helps. Caffeine helps, keeps you going. So...
Oh my.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to want to get some Mountain House type stuff or Peak Fuel, whatever the brand it is.
Yeah, freeze-dried.
Freeze-dried food because there's a lot of calories and, it's light.
Yep.
It packs really easy. If you're going out for the whole day, throw it in your pack and, you're going to need some type of, whether it's a JetBoil or just some type of little propane burner.
Yeah. Well, see, a lot of times you're not allowed to have fires out there.
That's true.
So you need to have something like a propane, something to heat your water up, boil your water.
Yeah. So you can, because you need boiled water, hot water to make your freeze-dried food. So
ramen noodles.
Yeah. Make sure you got a variety because you don't want the same thing every day because it gets bland. There's not much flavor in the stuff. Some are good. I mean, they're all right, but some are, you just got to add some flavor and mix it up.
Yeah.
So
the same thing. If you're camping at the truck, take you some steaks and pork chops.
Make it enjoyable.
We had elk burgers last time we were there.
Yeah, at the big camp.
Camp. So make
it fun, make it enjoyable.
Exactly.
Like if you're staying close, take your big griddles or whatever you got.
Take some eggs and bacon and make your breakfast. And
it makes it all that much more fun.
Exactly.
All right, everybody, listen up. Loniger's Taxidermy is world-class taxidermy in southern Indiana. With 30-plus years of experience, you can trust Loniger's to make your hunting experience a lifetime memory. Outdoor enthusiasts have trusted Loniger's Taxidermy with animals from all over the world. The Loniger professionals specialize in turkey and whitetail, as well as realistic and accurate taxidermy representing 6 continents, not to mention custom scenes and habitats. At Loniger's Taxidermy, world-class isn't just a catchy slogan. They've won first-place ribbons at multiple state, national, and world competitions. Their work has been featured in magazines including NWTF, Breakthrough, Eastman's Hunting Journal, and Taxidermy Today, just to name a few. Check out their work online at lonigerstaxidermy.com or visit the studio showroom on Ville Creek Road in Washington. Give them a call today at 812-444-9381. Again, that's 812-444-9381.
All right, some other things that you might not think about, just little knick-knacky type things. You had mentioned zip ties.
Yeah, zip ties, never know what you need them for. For me, I take them a lot of times just to tag an animal. You have to have something to hold your tag on to something, so I just zip tie it on there.
Yeah, you never know what might break. Shoot, if your shoestrings or boot strings break,
throw a zip tie.
Throw a zip tie on there.
I always usually keep a zip tie or something, and usually a roll of black electrical tape, just in my pack all the time.
We used that a couple weeks ago. What did we do? Oh, we taped up the gas tank thing because it was spewing out the top.
On the full.
You never know what you might need it for, but at least you have it.
Exactly.
You might need to, tape up a wound or something, and that reminds me, you need. Also, don't forget your your safety bag.
Yeah, first aid.
Your first aid kit.
Yeah.
It's get a good one. Make sure you got everything you need. Band-Aids, tape, Neosporin, whatever. For infections, cuts. You never know. Just be prepared.
Another thing that I always like, just something that a lot of people don't think of, is take an extra release along with you if you're bow hunting. You never know when you're going to lose one out there. It's easy to carry in your pack. Just throw it in there.
Make sure you got it, because when we were getting ready to leave, a few weeks ago, I left home, drove into town. It's a 15-minute drive or whatever, and got there and I grabbed my bow, just looking, and I realized that my release wasn't in there. I took it off when I was messing around trying to make a last-minute tweak and forgot it. So make sure you got one, if not two.
Yeah. Yep.
And yeah, that's your most important thing. Your bow, bow or gun, whatever you're taking, you got to have it or you're not going to hunt.
Exactly.
Those are your first. Make sure you got your stuff. Make sure you got your arrows, your broadheads, extra broadheads, whatever. You don't know. Field points, because when you get out there, you're going to want to make sure your bow didn't get banged up when you're traveling. So, throw in a little target or whatever, just to check.
Yep.
Something else you might think is some, with that safety kit, is some Balmex.
Definitely need that. Definitely need that.
That stuff.
If you've never heard of it, go get you some. That's all.
You'll hear of it as soon as you start hiking and sweating, and it just happens. You just chafe up a little bit.
Exactly.
It burns. There's nothing worse when you have to do a duck walk everywhere you go. Because it hurts so bad.
Exactly.
You're miserable. You can't walk.
Exactly.
You're useless if you can't walk. And I'm telling you, this stuff, you put it on that night, wash your hands, and the next morning, you're good to go.
You are good to go.
It's a miracle.
You'll hike all day, and it'll be perfectly fun.
You need it.
Yep.
It's small little tube. Just throw it in your bag.
I will not go to the mountains without it.
No.
Never.
So, also, you need to add, don't forget your knives.
Yes.
For everything. Whatever. Even a little hatchet if you want to cut some firewood if you can burn. It just makes it that much easier to have a nice little fire, cooking over, whatever. But your knives, you're going to use it for mainly hopefully you're using it to cut up your animal. You know?
Elk or deer or whatever it is, yeah. But just from experience, the first time I killed an elk, I had no idea what I was getting myself into. It was me and my dad, and one of my buddies were there, and none of us had ever killed an elk. And we went to cutting this thing up, and I think we had just one knife with us, and it was a piece of junk. And we hacked on that thing forever.
The thing is, awful. You don't realize how thick and tough their like hair is.
Yep. I won't go to the mountains without 2 knives on me anymore for sure, and a knife sharpener, because you go through the blades.
And really even do. The new, I say new, they're not new anymore, but like the replaceable blades, they're so nice to have. They're razor sharp. As soon as it starts getting dull, just switch it out.
Switch it out.
Because they're cheap. I mean, relatively cheap. You don't have to worry about sharpening them. Throw a new one on, and you just keep hammering.
Yep.
You cut yourself when you got a dull knife.
Exactly.
That's the problem. You cut yourself more times than not when you're using a dull knife because you're trying to force it through something that it should just be cutting through.
Exactly.
You're going to save time, effort, if you got a sharp knife. If not, more than 1 or 2, because once you cut through that skin, then you're cutting through, thick meat, even some bone, popping bones out of sockets, that type of thing if you're quartering it out. So you want a strong knife, it's got a strong backbone.
Yeah, usually I take a knife that, is like a strong fixed blade knife that, cut the hide, pop, those bones out of the socket, whatever you need to do. And then I take one of those replaceable blade knives, for deboning the meat or... Yeah. That's just what I run, but...
So if we're talking about cleaning up the animal, you're also going to need game bags to transport it out of the mountain back to your camp or truck or whatever. A good game bag, that's what you put the meat in, basically. So you're not putting it in like trash bags because there's no airflow. The point of a game bag is for air to get to the meat so it don't spoil.
To keep flies,
but it still keeps the flies and dirt and nasty stuff from keeping it from getting bacteria and growing moldy and stuff. So take a good, 4 to 5 game bags.
4 or 5 game bags.
You can throw a quarter in each, throw your straps, however you're going to do it. I mean, that should be plenty. And when you're cutting up the meat, you're going to want probably take some rope, where the paracord is really nice to have, like for anything. Again, it's kind of like the zip tie, but paracord, you can use it for about anything. And when you're, cutting it up, putting it in your game bags, you're going to want it off the ground. So use your string and tie it up on a limb and just let it hang, let the air get to it, because you might not be able to make it all out in one load. So you want that air getting to it, so the meat stays fresh. You may have to hang it all night. So
if you put that much work into harvesting an animal, you want to get as much meat out as possible, and you want to do it without it spoiling, because it is good.
Yeah, that's the whole reason you should be out there.
Exactly.
The meat's the best meat in the world, honestly. Some opinions, but anyway, but legally you're supposed to take the meat out first, right?
Yeah.
Before you take the head out, you got to take the meat out.
And I think every state is different. A lot of states are different. Just look at your laws. I know Colorado is, I think it's all 4 quarters, back straps, neck meat. I don't know. I forget what all it is, but I take everything when I do it. But
you might as well.
I'm just saying, like, make sure you know your laws, because I know some guys that have gotten in trouble for not taking enough meat off of an animal, and then
don't ruin your hunt by not taking the meat.
Exactly.
So make it worthwhile. Invest in your game bags, and a lot of them now you can just take them and wash them when you're done and reuse them. So that's a good thing to take with you. And another thing too, when you're cleaning it, you might want to throw in some latex gloves. I mean, just help stay a little cleaner when you're moving around. You don't have to get everything all nasty.
If you're having me by a creek, you can always wash up in the creek, but you don't always have that luxury. So
and speaking of washing, add some those rags, whether it's dude wipes, wet wipes, scent-free wipes, whatever it is, wet that you can wipe your hands off, wipe your butt with. You want to be as clean as you can, especially at night. Like before you climb into bed, those wipes will make you feel like a new man.
Exactly.
You can wipe everything, really. I mean, it's like that's your shower, pretty much. Unless you're by a creek and you can like have a rag with you to like wash up. it just makes going to bed so much better when you're not like feeling totally
It's still
disgusting.
not great,
No.
but it makes it a little bit better.
No, it's not great, but it's better than nothing.
Yep.
And I went through several wipes, I think.
I think we went through a couple packs while we were there for a week.
Because listen, those dry freeze bags of food, they don't like come out like normal.
After about 2 days, 3 days, it gets rough.
It might be TMI, but that's just a fact. I mean, that's what you're going to be facing out there. You're eating all this, what are those trail whatever bars?
Oh, Cliff Bars.
Cliff Bars.
Yeah.
Those, I mean, they're thick.
They're
thick.
sticky. They're sticky going in, and they're sticky coming out. That's just how it is.
So yeah, you're gonna want something with wet, and they can wipe better than toilet paper.
Yep.
And that too, add toilet paper. You're gonna want a lot of toilet paper.
Yep.
'Cause that's just a fact of life. You're gonna have to poop.
Yeah.
So you want toilet paper. So when you get your meat out, you got to have somewhere to take your meat to. You got to have some coolers. Whether you have a processor out there that's going to do it for you, you still got to take it home. Like if it's frozen, you got to have coolers. So you might as well take a big enough cooler, if not 1, 2, to put your meat in on your way home, hopefully. So that's something. I mean, pack it with food on the way out, pack it with meat on the way home.
Yeah. Another thing that just to think about, and that's another thing to check your state's regulations, but I'm pretty sure Colorado, you're not allowed to take like the brains or the head across state
lines. Yeah.
So have a plan of what you're going to do with your elk head once you bring it out. For me, I have a guy, Hans Miller. Shout out Hans if you're listening.
Was it Hans Skulls?
Hans Skull. What's his name?
I thought it was Hans Skulls.
Miller Skulls, maybe.
Or something. Something Skulls out of Canyon City.
Canyon City.
So
hit him
up.
He knows what he's doing.
He's
For
quick
sure.
too.
He's really quick.
If he knows you're in a hurry to get home,
Yep.
it's your last day or whatever, he'll make sure you get taken care of.
Yep. So he'll boil it for you, make it white, make it look really good. That's what I always do with it. But yeah, you do whatever you want to with it. But just make sure you have some plan of action, I guess, after you get off the mountain.
So another thing, depending on where you're going, if you need a 4-wheeler and gas jugs, because once you get back in there, you're going to need extra gas. So that's just something simple not to forget. But, you got to check to see what trails you're going to, if you're allowed to take ATVs, 4-wheelers. That's a really nice tool to have. We utilized last time. Yeah. If you don't have one, maybe look for places to rent one, because there's places out there to rent.
Yeah, there's plenty of places.
Makes you a lot more versatile getting around.
That or the big thing now is those e-bikes. I've used those out there before. They're very, very handy to get you around.
So when you're also looking at where you're going, if you need, taking your 4-wheeler and stuff, if you have an idea, which you should, have a planned, general area, you're going to want to there might not be service out there, so you might want to download your onX app or whatever app you're using. But for onX, you can pre-download your area with everything that you need on it before you get out there. Because if you get out there and you don't have service, then you can't, get all the features of the app. And it's really nice to have when you're, chasing elk around. You want to be able to see one ridge to the next and elevations and roads.
One thing I can honestly say I use every day while I'm elk hunting.
Because if you're glassing and you see one way off, you don't really know how to get there. If it's 2, 3, 4, 5 miles away, you got to get on your map and see, okay, how am I going to get from here down, the whole valley, up the ridge and over the other one, down through the ravine and across this and that. So you're going to want to be able to point on your map where he is so you can make a plan and go from there.
Yeah.
So after you got all that, you've listened to this, and I recommend just making a list. We kind of went through all the main basic things and a few other knick-knack things that you might not think about. While I'm thinking about this, a nice long spoon is really nice to have.
I was actually thinking about this before we started doing this.
I didn't have a big spoon, which was dumb because the bags you got to get, you can't just use a regular. You can, but having a nice long spoon that's versatile, like a sport type thing, is really nice to have.
If you've ever been to Sonic and you ever got a milkshake at Sonic, they have the big spoons for those milkshakes. And just go get you a milkshake or two and get a spoon out of there, and it's the perfect spoon.
Because you can stir. You don't have to get your hand down in there. But anyway, yeah. So there may be other things that you need. I'm sure there is. But those are the main little things that you're going to need when you go out, hunting in the mountains. So make a list, check everything off, put it in your box, your truck, whatever, one at a time. Make sure you cross all those things. The last thing you want to do is get out there in the mountain and you forgot something that you're absolutely going to need.
Yep.
And you got to go out, go to town, buy something new that you already have. And, along with that, don't forget your calls. That's another basic thing.
That's
you
true.
need your mouth calls and a bugle. Learn how to use them.
Learn how to use them. Yep.
So, yeah, simple things like that. Don't forget it. Don't forget your tag either.
Yeah.
You need a tag.
You
got to have it on you. So, that'll wrap it up. I'm sure there's a few other things we missed, but in general, use that as a guideline. There's other sources out there that list different things, but this is a good start. This is going to get you going and get you out there. So, you have any other comments? Any last minute things pop in your head?
I think we've covered it pretty well.
Yeah. The main thing to review or to think about: invest in a pack, invest in good clothes and good boots
And good glass.
and good glass. That's what you need to be comfortable. We want you to be comfortable and enjoy your time out there. It's not supposed to be miserable. So,
that's right.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for listening. Stay tuned for the next series. I got a feeling it's going to be on some deer.
Yeah.
Because they're about to start moving.
Change over
Heavy.
the whitetails a little bit.
All right, everybody. Thanks for listening.